Okay, AP Physics 1 students, we are into week 15, and by now you should have a pretty good idea of the rhythm of the course and the format of the course. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I'm just going to mention here that in week 15 and 16, as well as for weeks 17 and 18, you're going to be looking at rotational kinematics. Now this is where your knowledge of kinematics from previous chapters is going to be very useful, because you're going to see parallels between the linear kinematics, one-dimensional and two-dimensional, and now rotational kinematics. There's going to be a parallel that is drawn. So if you need to review anything about linear kinematics, you might want to go back to those chapters and just do a little refresher. It may pay dividends for you to do that. So weeks 15, 16, as well as 17 and 18 are going to be looking at rotational kinematics and the dynamics that are involved there. So you're going to be reading chapter 8, as well as doing the problems there in chapter 8. Notice it says problems 1 to 16 odd, but you don't have to do the multiples of 3. So any odd number that is also multiple of 3, you can skip that. That'll lessen the load just a little bit. There's a lab here that's looking at the dynamics of a ball rolling down a ramp and then being launched horizontally. So make sure you do that lab. And again, the labs are there designed to help you to better understand the material. So make sure you take time to do that. In day 4 of week 15, let me know if you need any help. And then day 5, you got your reading quiz and some discussion questions that you need to respond to. Make sure you're also responding to your classmates. Take some time and give them some feedback, follow up on what they're saying, and start a discussion. That's the whole point. In week 16, we continue with our discussion of rotational kinematics. There's a series of lecture videos there that are available for you to look at and get a better idea. You follow that up with your lecture quiz. Let me know if you need any help, additional help through Skype. I can set up a Skype session and we can do some live tutoring if you need to, okay? And then you've got your Chapter 7 test, and make sure you submit your work. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, this says make my semester 2 available. So as you are now in week 16, you are close to the end of the semester. So fill out that form and let me know when you want your semester 2 opened. It will open on a specific date depending on when you enrolled, but if you want it open earlier, just let me know and I'll open that up for you so you can get started. As we move into week 17, as I mentioned, week 17 and 18 also continue with rotational kinematics, and that continues into chapter 9. Chapter 9 will continue to look at rotational kinematics, more importantly rotational dynamics, meaning the forces involved, as well as some of the different vectors and components that are involved in rotational dynamics. So chapters 8 and 9 both talk about rotational motion. So you're going to read chapter 9 carefully, do the problems that are listed here, and then there's a reading quiz already right here in day 3 of week 17. Of course, you can schedule that whenever you're ready. And then in day 4 of week 17, there's a discussion here that asks you to watch a video and look a little bit at this concept of the fine-tuning of the universe, how incredibly fine-tuned the universe is. Just look at the video and respond with your ideas and what you thought of the video, okay? There's your lecture quiz in day 5, and then we jump into the last week of the course. As we wrap up, you'll notice here that right away in day 1 of week 18 is your chapter 9 test. That's because you're going to take that right away early in week 18, because we're wrapping up the semester, and at the end of the semester you have a final exam. So you've got your first semester final exam here. There's a multiple choice section. Make sure you submit your work. And then in day 4, the last week, there's a free response section. So make sure that you answer the questions in the exam there. Don't just say see answer in my work, because your answer has to be in the test in order for it to count. So make sure you submit your answers in the test and then show me all your work on the submission of your work pages. Okay? Day 5 here is just an opportunity for you to give me some feedback. I treasure your feedback. I look forward to whatever you can tell me to help me improve the course, and that survey is for that purpose. Okay? So it's been a pleasure working with you. Have a strong finish to the course, and as always, let me know if I can assist you further.